Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Madhishan will wait some. Now your friends are joining, huh?
Yes.
After joining, we will start.
So before we start, I have a question to ask. It's not
Yeah, really.
actually government. I mean, it's actually not actually our course related one. That is,
Yeah.
will the government or the international private sector use the KPI system in the near future to see our performance, and will they be use that as a like a thing against us? Will they use that?
Actually, I am not aware of that. Sorry, this something you can ask about the state, the NI. I am familiar with this National Institute of Education and non-government. Now we have non-government universities.
Yeah,
Newly,
yeah.
they use that term. Actually,
Mhm.
the administrative side, administration side, the international side, I am not aware of that. Sorry,
Mm. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
no idea about that.
Yeah, recently they told that the KPI system is going to be on the field, and I was a little bit curious about it. That's why I did some
Ah,
research about it, and that's why I
ah,
got to know about that thing. They're gonna check your performance, and they're gonna value you, and they're gonna look about your
ah,
performance and see whether you're good or bad, things like
ah.
that. That's why, sir. I was a little bit curious to know about that. And I wanted to know about your opinion also. That's why I asked that question, sir. Thank you.
I'll try to get some information related to that from my university. Yeah.
Okay, sure, sure. So thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, good evening to you all. Today we have a challenge, this bad weather condition, that is issue thundering and lightning. Anyhow, now we have no much problem. Coverage is there. If this situation continues till 9:30, we are lucky. Okay, last week we start. Shall we start now? Yes, we can't waste more time. Now we can start. This curriculum last week we started to we introduced anyhow uh, this this curriculum very familiar to schools. As teachers we are working with this. We have more experience when we were in the schools as a student. We were taught using formal curriculum and activities, co-curricular activities, hidden curriculum. We have good experience as a student as well as teachers. Here, I can remember last week also we studied there, but without taking much time, we can discuss former curriculum. What is former curriculum? This is the major part of a school work, officially designed, deliberately planned, and openly stated educational experience that the school provides students. Most of the classroom work that we find in the schools implementing formal curriculum. That is, it has a syllabus, lesson plan, time allocation, written test, and official educational document. Specialized teachers are employed, trained. Uh, we can give example: English teacher, science teacher, maths teacher, language teacher. They are trained in the subject. Therefore, we identify them as specialized teacher. As I mentioned, they use this name explicit curriculum, that is knowledge, skills, competencies. Time to time, country to country, depend the curriculum objectives differs. In the past, the curriculum was used to develop the students' knowledge, but now skills, attitude, some other variables included. The priority is given to skills development, attitude change, or competencies. We can later see the. I can remember last week we discussed the combination of competency in the education field, knowledge, skills, attitude, and practice. In 19 by next week we can start anyhow. Tomorrow we have a class. We can complete the curriculum area. Curriculum reforms in Sri Lanka. We can start the next month class. I think today, tomorrow, the last class for November. In December, we can do curriculum in Sri Lanka and 21st century curriculum and curriculum reforms. Anyhow, we need, they give 4 more classes. It's better to complete that. Anyhow, I'll discuss with the administrator. Right. This, unlike hidden or implicit curricula, the explicit curriculum is transparent, documented, communicated to all stakeholders and educational process. This is one of the characteristics. It is expected that the student, parents, teachers, and administrator are aware of the curriculum they use. Parents also interested what their children learn in the school the subject. They normally inquire if it is a private school, government school concerned. They know that that is common for all the children, common for all 10,000 schools in Sri Lanka. But international schools, they are free to select their curriculum. Therefore, the parents are interested the medium subjects taught in the international schools. Sometimes they can follow international curriculum as well as local curriculum. Anyhow, the important part of formal curriculum is teaching subject. It serves as the foundation for educational planning, resource allocation, and assessment strategy within educational institutions. The educational institution managed by, normally we call principal, head of the school, or instructional leader. Academically, they are identified instructional leader, academic leader, pedagogical leader. Those are new terms we can find in the literature. Now the school principal, head of the schools, they play different role as manager, curriculum manager, curriculum leader. That the key role of a school principal or head of the school is implementing formal curriculum at the school level. And again the same characteristic we can find: organized structure, set of instruction, different definition. It is designed to provide educational experience to students in schools, and the children, they develop their educational experience through formal curriculum. Here in this form, the edition in Sri Lanka context, the parents are interested to train the children to get good marks, good results in the public examination. Therefore, most of the time is spent, the student they spent with formal curriculum in the school. Sometimes outside the schools too, they involve parents, they send to private classes, and sometimes individual tuition classes, group tuition classes, different strategies, techniques parents they use to give content knowledge, subject knowledge to their children based on the available curriculum in Sri Lanka. Form of curriculum, students are offered with structured learning that keep place on a traditional classroom setup. In Sri Lanka, we have still most of the classroom, traditional classroom, but the 20th century, they recommend different, well equipped with IT devices, digital devices, that is for the 21st century classroom norms. There is a list, but in Sri Lanka we have traditional classroom still to where the formal curriculum is being implemented. There are four major dimensions of curriculum in a traditional education system. That is formal curriculum as Taylor explained in his model teaching objective, but at the national level we call educational goals and objective. But when we implement formal curriculum at the school level, classroom level, we change the term, even though we use the objective name, but at the classroom we use the term teaching objective. Subject matter, specific subject matter, one chapter or under some topic or concept we select to teach in the class. Subject matter, teaching methodologies in our classroom. Teachers, they can select appropriate teaching method to teach the subject matter. Now, the in the modern society, there are new or modern teaching methods, but very rarely teachers they use new or modern teaching methods in the classroom. But I think little by little, teacher they can start to use effective new teaching methodology, assessment criteria and procedures. Actually, there are two type of uh, assessment: formative assessment and summative assessment. Most of the schools they follow. Even the Ministry of Education, they recommend, they instruct school teacher to do both formative and assessment. This is the format to implement formal curriculum in the school level or classroom level. Formal curriculum, you are well aware of that, because when I was in the classroom as a student, I got experience teaching objective, but teaching objectives not clearly mentioned by the teacher, but subject matter we can understand. We had textbooks, subject matter. They try to give a subject matter, different teaching methodology they had used, assessment. But when we in the school, the formative assessment was not popular. Only the summative assessment test method they used. But in Sri Lanka in 1981, through white paper on education, the government wanted to implement continuous assessment, but due to objection from the public and teachers trade union, they withdraw. But later, still little by little, through this reform, the reform that we have in it is in force in Sri Lanka government schools, it is included. Pasal Padaga again, school-based assessment is anyhow this summative assessment test public exam is still very popular in Sri Lanka. Model or framework of formal curriculum in our education system. Here, very briefly, we can say the first teaching objective. Sometimes we use competency or learning outcome. I can remember last week also I mentioned this at the beginning, 1960s, 70s. We use teaching objective, but later they introduce specific objective. Addition to teaching objective, specific objective. But when the competency-based education introduced in 1997 and expanded further in 2005, they started to use competency level. But after 2015, now the learning outcome, writing, replacing the teaching objectives and competency levels. Now the learning outcome is very popular in Sri Lanka. Even curriculum designers, they use learning outcome. They do not use teaching objectives or competency. But in the teacher's guide published by the education publication department, they use competency levels, and finally learning outcome. That they feel competency is very broad. Competency level second, that is the middle place. The learning outcome is more specific than other two things, competency level and competency. Therefore, for in during a period of 40 minutes In future, it is going to be 50 minutes, 40 minutes or 50 minutes. If it is double period, there can be 80 minutes. During that 80, 40 minutes, teachers, they can achieve, they can do work, they can teach in the classroom, or teach, they can um, organize some teaching activities to achieve one or two learning outcomes. This curriculum defines what is to be taught and how it is to be taught, and student, in order to ensure the standardized value of teaching. Yeah, the subject content, the teaching method, both contribute to achieve the learning outcome. Not only the content, the teaching method also helps to develop student skills, student competency, like communication skills, group work, problem solving skills, decision making skills, lot of team skills, due to, because of the group work, project based teaching. uh, the teaching method is equally important to develop the students skills. It helps in maintaining the standard of education existing in the country. The traditionally, our teachers and parents, their perception was, if reform, education reforms mean change, syllabus change. They thought changes, education reforms mean new subject, new chapter in the subject. But actually, not in that. The teaching method, the reforms, curriculum reforms includes objectives, content, teaching method, and assessment strategies. Everything should be changed when a reform is introduced in the country. In Sri Lanka, under present curriculum, they focus on competencies, but next year it can change. The curriculum is designed to develop a student with basic competencies, including social justice, mental and physical well-being, creativity, critical thinking, and the ability to adapt to change. The lecture method doesn't help for creativity, critical thinking, but through activity-based learning, teach student-centered learning, teacher-centered learning should be removed, and very now, in order to develop the creativity, critical thinking, and innovative thinking, what they recommend, what they have listed out as 21st century skills to impart. In order to impart 21st century skills, first we should change our classroom, our teaching methods, the tools and teaching aids that we use in the classroom, the chalk and talk, not talk, chalk and talk, new equipments, devices, digital devices, and other experiments using our lab, and different innovative teaching method, activity based teaching method, student centered teaching method, project based teaching method, authentic teaching learning methods, very important to develop skills, students skill. Now the present, the current trend is, modern trend in education is developing students skills. Then subject matter, the matter involved in the syllabus for the academic year is often decided by the decision maker who designed the curriculum. But here, the recently, 3-4 years back, attempt was made to meet business people, officers working in different field. I can give one example. Uh, agriculture department, agriculture department, tea planters were in the team to decide subject matter, because we can't teach the children, it is not the relevance. We have to one the particular word we can use relevancy in subject to meet the current challenges, to prepare the children for the world of work, to meet the demand of the labor market. We should update our subject matter. Some time to time we have introduced new subjects. In 2014 in Sri Lanka, our curriculum, national curriculum, two new subject, into two, no, three or four new subject, stream, biotechnology stream, engineering technology stream. Addition to that, by 2000, information technology, new subject. The new subject should be introduced in our curriculum little by little, replacing the old subject that we had been teaching. Sri Lanka's government school syllabus is designed by the Ministry of Education and the National Institute of Education. Those days we had curriculum development, curriculum development department, center, sorry, curriculum development center, CDC, but it was abolished in 1985. Again, the previous government, they wanted to re-establish curriculum development center, but now there is any move based on national policy to ensure students achieve proficiency in national languages, English, numeracy, and digital literacy. As I mentioned, the last one is newly added, very popular subject area, digital literacy, artificial intelligence also. I can remember a couple of years, Sri Lanka government introduced that subject in the junior secondary level. Subject matter is very important. Time to time, to match with the new generation, to meet the new demands, we should update, we should introduce new subject. That is important. The teaching methodology, already I mentioned some of the new effective teaching methods introduced: authentic teaching room, flipped classroom. There are new so many concepts. Classroom led by students. Okay, there is a big list that is important to use effective modern teaching methods to make the classroom interesting and more effective one. But whenever we decide the teaching methodologies, we have to see the student age, their interest, available instructional strategies for the student. But when 1997, the Sri Lanka government reformed the education, they recommended some teaching methods for key stage 1, grade 1 and 2 primary section. They recommended more organized, to use more organized games in the classroom to teach the subject. Then key stage 2, grade 3 and 4, more activity based, but in grade 5, they recommended to increase the desk work because end of the grade 5, we have grade 5 scholarship examination, national level examination. Even they wanted to introduce new subject, life skills, and some other new subject. Um, Grade 3, even sorry, grade 6, even in senior secondary, they introduced now new subjects. Yeah, I can remember entrepreneurship also they introduced. IT, information technology, they introduced in grade 10. Those are very good decision because we should go with the rest of the world. We cannot be isolated because now one of the most popular educational objective is produce globalized citizen. We have to produce a student through our curriculum who can work at the international level. Teaching methodology, the overall strategy and philosophy began how teacher teach, encompassing there are here that teachers need uh, education philosophy, knowledge on education philosophy. You can remember one example I can give. Rousseau uh, uh, philosophy. Rousseau says children are capable to learn from the environment. The biological factors of the children makes them to learn from the environment where they live, where they play, where they go. That's why they recommend to take the student to the field trip. Uh, Okay. Addition to that, not only knowledge on education philosophy in selecting teaching methodology, psychological, educational psychological knowledge and education sociological knowledge they need uh, when they go for the selection process of teaching method. There are a lot of factors: age, philosophy, educational psychology, educational sociology, etc. Assessment, many times I have mentioned this formative assessment, and no need to spend more time. You can read and understand the criticism now. The serious criticism is on standardized examination, paper pencil examination, written examination. Other countries replacing that standardized examination, they wanted to very flexible and alternative testing methods. One example, we can get great Finland curriculum till grade 9, no evaluation assessment written exam for the children. No comparison, no competition. They use collaboration and cooperation. Their culture is collaboration and cooperation among the students. They do not compare. In Sri Lanka, we say Palaviniya, Deviniya, Tungviniya. First, second, third. Uh, we rank the students, but in their country they do not rank. But without exam, without supervision, additionally I want to say there is no school supervision in this country as we have. Other countries they have school supervision by senior officers, but Finland they have no uh, external supervision. School principals are identified as direct instructional leader. Most of the responsibility power given to the principal to enhance, foster teaching learning process in their schools. In Sri Lanka, we can compare. In Sri Lanka, the principals are exempted from classroom teaching, but in Finland, must principal should at least one subject in a class. Right. Now that's enough for formal curriculum. Now we are moving to informal curriculum. In informal curriculum refers to the unofficial, and often here even in we do not have a big document in Sri Lanka. Time to time, the Ministry of Education they send circulars to the schools on the sports activity and cultural activities, and as I mentioned. This we are very famous. The Ministry of Education also time to time they sent contact and aesthetic subject to organize competition, organize maths, organize science competition, etc. But addition to the schools, they have norms, values, beliefs, and behavior. Founder the school, the private, the most of the schools already they were private before 1960, but after 1960, many schools taken over by the government through a Parliament Act. Still, anyhow, the school they celebrate their founders' day. This religious function and cultural function they organize, those are coming under informal curriculum or co-curricular activities. In informal curriculum, at the school level, we have two branches. One is co-curricular activities. Other one is hidden curriculum. Here, this informal curriculum, no specific structure. As I said, we have the curriculum for separate curriculum for set up subject for primary, set up teaching method, assessment strategies for primary. Then for junior secondary, we have separate subject, set up subject. Senior secondary, we have already at present there are 9 subjects, 6 core subject, 3 subject from 3 groups. But in future it is going to be only 7, 5 core subject and 2 subject they have to select from the elective subject list. Then no specific non-lifelong process, no fees is but free of education we have. Therefore, the fourth one is not relevant to government schools in Sri Lanka. Key characteristic of an informal curriculum, spontaneous, I said, it is not pre-planned or deliberate. Even suddenly they can organize and do some co-curricular activities in the schools. Flexible according to the climate, according the resource available, according to the space and other facilities available. School can decide what are the items, what are the events that they can organize at the school level. Some of the program or event related to co-curricular activities or informal curriculum, the school they can decide. The school culture, school environment, history of the school. There are many factors that decide the type of informal curriculum, the number of informal curriculum they can decide. They have choice, but when they implement formal curriculum, the choice is limited. They have no much freedom to do changes, to select the subject. Very limited space, freedom is given to the principal and school community. But the informal curriculum concerned, they have more freedom. Informal curriculum can be divided as two components: co-curriculum, hidden curriculum. You may be very familiar with co-curriculum, but hidden curriculum concerned, the teachers are not much aware of that. There are reasons for that. Informal co-curricular refers to learning experience skills that are gained. What we expect from co-curricular activities, skills, social skills, working as a team, personality development, leadership development, mental development, and physical development. Briefly, we can bring all these development benefits under two major topic. One is physical development and mental development. Addition to that, I can add to social skills. Social skills development also we can develop through co-curricular activities at the school level, and socialization. In other words, we can say the process of socialization takes place through co-curricular activities, sports activity. These activities often complement the academic curriculum. Some of the things that we have study, theory, the physical education, sports, some of the sports, we learn the content. Some of the body development, blood circulation, and some of the area related to our health, our physical development, practically we can teach those things in the playground. The application side also, we can teach how to apply some of the theory they learn in the school, the classroom, or the fact they learn from their textbook. They can practically learn the practical side. They learn through various co-curricular activities. It can be sports, it can be cultural program, it can be music. Some students, they learn music concept, different thing related to the subject matter, but when they organize some function, cultural program, they can use what they learn in the classroom. That is, we can't say co-curriculum is a separate one, formal curriculum is separate one, but it has a close connection between formal curriculum and co-curriculum. These activities, that's why earlier we used the term, we didn't use co-curriculum, extra curriculum activities. But in Sri Lanka, once the government decided not to use extra curriculum and use co-curriculum, from that time we have been using the term curriculum. These activities often complement the academic curriculum but are typically ungraded. It may lead to academic credit occurring outside of regular class time and sometimes involving external. Anyhow, in Sri Lanka, it is still in force. When a student gets first place at the national level in the competition organized by the Ministry of Education, national level can be national level sports activities, language competition. If any student got first place, additional marks given to get to university. Addition to this, they are set the schools. The student, they can producing that certificate to the University Grant Commission, they can add additional marks to their set the score to get university entrance. I can remember there are many students, they using that they went to university. That is in order to motivate the participation in co-curricular activities, the government uh, took that decision. It is difficult to define co-curricular activities because all teachers have some definite responsibility for their organization. As I said, even teachers, they can have some ideas. Schools, they can have some ideas. What are the events? What are the programs? What are the competition that could be included in the list of co-curricular activities? Anyhow, we can have a general idea what is co-curricular activities, what are the important of co-curricular activities, and how to promote co-curricular activities in the school level. We can motivate. Another, my experience, whenever the schools spend more time, or even after the school, they can have co-curricular activities. The co-curricular activities increase the students' participation in the school activities. Because we can't keep all children continually in the classroom. We can't ask them to continually memorize the fact, write something, read something. The children, they are not ready to do that. They need to play, go to the ground and do something. If it is their activities, the school activities should be mixed with formal curricular activities and co-curricular activities. Right. Here there is a list type of co-curricular activities. It can change school to school, library activities, physical development activities, aesthetic and cultural development activities, civic development activities, social welfare activities. Values. Curricular activities have a number of values like educational value, development of social spirit, training, education for leadership. I already mentioned this worthy use of leisure time or recreational value, uh, personality development, team spirit development, civic virtue, physical and mental development. Already I mentioned that. Improved discipline, yes, that is also improve. The important improve many education is they recommend in order to maintain discipline, schools can organize more and more co-curricular activities in the schools. Aesthetic development and development of cultural values, because one of the famous educational objectives we can find in the literature the transformation of cultural from one generation to another generation. Educational sociology perspective, it emphasizes one of the key educational objective is transforming the culture and cultural values to the next generation, from one generation to another generation. Right. Now, finally, we can come to hidden curriculum. Uh, we can't see it is not actually explicit curriculum. It is not taught as a part of the formal curriculum, but that is school practice. The way the school internal community behave in the schools, their values, their perception, their practice, their work habits, school culture. When hidden curriculum is the unwritten informal lesson in attitudes, values, and behavior according to the uh, educationist. This hidden curriculum contributes for the attitude development, value development of the children. It is transmitted through social interaction, teacher-student relationship, how they communicate to their student, teachers, what are the words they use, how they greet, how the student greet the teacher, how the teachers greet the student, school welfare measures. Well, the activities implemented the school, student welfare, the relationship with the parents, relationship with the community, the nature of the relations with the community, those are part of hidden curriculum. School policies and the school physical environment, how they maintain their environment, whether the school environment is attractive, whether the school environment beautiful, whether they maintain clean, dust free environment in the schools. Those are part of hidden curriculum. It shapes students' understanding of social norms, their place, by seeing something, by listening to uh, some. Yeah, the school, they can have the morning national anthem, national hoisting, national flag, and different activities they can have in the school daily. The some religious activities, prayer, student prayer, and those things we can, those activities we can include in the process of hidden curriculum. Yeah, here you can see some, yeah, characteristic, unintentional, informal concept. Another word we can say school traditions also can be included in this list. How the hidden curriculum works. It's informal. It is not part of the planned or official curriculum, but is learned. Implicity,
chocolate India. India chocolate.
Teachers, student, and the wider community may not be aware of this lesson as they are happening. It is transmitted indirectly. Lessons are learned through observation, peer interaction, teacher modeling. Yeah. How teachers they dress, their hairstyle, also part of hidden curriculum, and even school rules and structure. Finally, I can say not taught directly, but through spelling mistake. School practices, student learn. Example of the hidden curriculum, conformity. Student learns to follow rules and deadlines to succeed, which can foster a sense of discipline, but may also discourage creativity or critical dissent. There can be some disadvantage too. Social hierarchies. Student learns about social status and hierarchies based on factors like popularity and how to navigate these relationships. Time to time, the school can organize to invite priest, religious leader, sometime a social servicer to the school, and they can invite guest lecturers. Those are part of the curriculum. Example for hidden curriculum. Here we have well-developed culture in Sri Lanka. In order to appreciate it, protect it, we can use this curriculum in order to develop teachers' attitude, students' attitude. We can use hidden curriculum. Hidden will use the way a school organizes its day, bell schedule, break time, teaches implicit values about efficiency, competition, and social hierarchies. Right. Finally, the term total curriculum. In most of the countries, they do not use the term total curriculum, but only few countries they use the term total curriculum, including Sri Lanka. We'll try to get the idea about total curriculum. It is not much difficult. That is mixture of the curriculum that we learned today A total curriculum is a comprehensive approach to education that includes all experience a student has in school. Not just academic subject. Total curriculum integrates formal and informal aspect of school life to foster the holistic development of a child personality, skills, and characteristic. The holistic development very important outcome the society expect from schools. Total curriculum serves to achieve that objective. Holistic approach includes lesson learning, classroom learning, co-curricular activities, and the hidden curriculum. Using another term, we can explain total curriculum. Total curriculum is a holistic approach to develop knowledge, skills, attitude, social skills to the students. In other word, we can say developing aims, total curriculum aims to develop well-rounded, future-ready individuals. Components of total curriculum, co-academics, traditional subject and knowledge, co-curricular activities, sports, clubs and cultural events, socio-emotional training, developing character. The school level we can organize Bhavana, Vedasvatana or different religion. They have their own strategy to develop the children's mind. That strategies also could be used in the schools, values and leadership disposition. The behavioral leadership theory says leaders can be made, leaders can be trained, leaders can be created through proper education. This total curriculum do that work. Learning environment, creating a technologically rich and socially connected settings. Total curriculum can do that. The student themselves organize a technical environment in the school, especially the senior student. They have more knowledge on new technology. With their teachers, they can create a digital learning environment in the school. Student strength and interest, providing opportunity for students to explore their individual talent and person. By 1995 or 2000, Sri Lanka government they initiated innovation in order to motivate innovative skills of the children. Exactly, I forgot the name. The objective of that commission at the school level too, the Minister of Education issued a circular and motivated the principal Inventors Club. Yes, now I got the Inventors Club. That is also part of the total curriculum. Inventors Club. Pedagogical method using research-backed teaching strategy to enhance learning, field trip, educational tour to get direct experience. Very popular educational trip in the schools. That is also part of the co-curriculum. Yes, finally, goals of a total curriculum. Already I mentioned, develop well-rounded, future-ready individual who are both intellectually capable and morally grounded. Engage student in values to guide their decision making. Empower students to become lifelong learners. Foster the development of key competency such as resilience, integrity, and care. Yes, thank you. That's all. Now we can move to another area because we can't waste according to the announcement, the instruction I got from your management. Already this is our 7th class. We have only 3 more, except today one. Therefore, I am trying to finish. There are some other type of curriculum that to describe the subject combination, etc. There are different things. Now we can move to that topic, because we have nearly 50 minutes more. Yeah. There are different type of curriculum. Actually, these types, some of the types that I'm going to start today, that how they organize, it is based on the way how the subject content is organized. This second type of curriculum that we are trying to learn is not broad one as we studied today and last week. A spiral curriculum, it was very popular still, that method, that approach we have in Sri Lanka in the secondary education. Spiral curriculum is an educational approach where fundamental concepts are revisited repeatedly. You can check. You take grade 1, government syllabus, government text issued by the Educational Publication Department, Sri Lanka. You can see one area in grade 6 books. The same area we can see in grade 7, then again grade 8, again grade 9. And you can make a study how they have developed, expanded the content of a topic. That method we have been using for a long time, especially in the secondary level subject. Repeatedly with each pass, building on previous knowledge to deepen understanding and complexity. In another way, we can say the curriculum developer, they try to take the children from easy to difficult, narrow to broad. Attributed Jeremy Berner, this method allows for the initial introduction of concept, followed by their re-examination at later stage with new application and greater depth, unlike a one-off lesson. Grade 6 students in our schools, they get some foundation idea on a particular topic. The book writer or curriculum developer developers try to give certain amount of knowledge according to their age. The following year, after 1 year, they add some new facts to the knowledge that they already got. This helps student to build connection between different topics, improve long-term retention through spaced repetition, and develop a more complete mastery of subject. Whenever they come to grade 9 or 10, then after that they can continue till 11. Step by step, the knowledge is expanded. Spiral curriculum is designed to revisit the important topic at increasing level of complexity over time. This ensures that learners build a prior knowledge of the topic. Always their prior knowledge, student prior knowledge is used as a foundation to develop the next stage. In order to depend on the understanding and the thought process, it is better to take the smallest step of learning to a very complex topic, making it is easy to understanding as the progress in the education. Right. By reading this, you can develop the knowledge on, or you can understand clearly the concept of spiral curriculum. Reiteration with increasing complexity, core ideas are revisited multiple times as I said, grade 6, 7, 8, 9, with each encounter adding new layers of understanding and sophistication. Another features in this curriculum, cumulative learning. Students are able to connect prior learning to new information. Reinforcing what they already know while learning new materials. If a particular teacher continues teaching a subject to a particular group, particular class through 6 onwards, the teaching will be easy because the teacher knows what the student knew. Building foundational knowledge, it first introduces as fundamental principles before moving on to more advanced topics. Preventing students from being overwhelmed. Contextual and real world application later part, the basic concept and some theory they can learn, but finally they can come to the area of real world application. Concepts are revisited in different contexts, allowing for the exploration of how they apply the real world situation. Yeah. Some characteristic of spiral curriculum in short: repetition, progression, critical thinking. When they involve in application, the theory in the real world, they can develop their critical thinking skills. Spiral curriculum, we finished. Now we can move to integrated curriculum. Then our curriculum also, the subject-centered curriculum. We have a curriculum, but limited number of times we are given. Since you are adults, you can go through the material and understand. You are assessed through a written examination. Such a way it is programmed, organized, your degree program. But the school level education we call pedagogy, but your approach is andragogy. There are a lot of difference. Since your experience is vast, you can easily understand and organize the knowledge. Integrated curriculum combines, right, this is new topic. We have been using, we have in Sri Lanka, many times we have tested this process. Integrated curriculum combines multiple subjects in one classroom, making a cohesive learning experience for students. In 1915, 1960s, 40, 50, 60 years back, in our curriculum, many subjects were separated. History, one single subject; geography, single subject; civics, single subject. In science, physics, zoology, biology, subjects were separated. Separately they were taught. Even in maths, arithmetic, commercial arithmetic, geometry, algebra, different subject we had, math subject. But later the government curriculum developer, they wanted to integrate. They wanted to introduce integrated curriculum. Geography, history, civics, integrated and named as social studies. All the science subject integrated and they said science. Arithmetic, commercial arithmetic, geometry and other branches integrated and created maths. Mathematics. Even in Sri Lanka, in grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 11, the math subject integrated. Good example we can find in Sri Lanka. But again, some subject they wanted to get out of it. Now we have no more social studies in Sri Lanka. Even once I can remember by 2000, aesthetic studies to integrate it in grade 6. This encourages skills that are interdisciplinary and also motivate students to learn as they grow. Once I can remember that subject name, only couple of years we had in Sri Lanka, science and technology. Somebody argued there is no science without technology, there is no technology without science. They wanted to integrate both subjects. But later, now we have no science and technology, we have only science. Time to time, we change our stand and accept integrated, and sometimes we reject integrated. But luckily, maths and science is still integrated. But other subjects like history, geography, civics, now citizenship studies we call. separated. No socialist studies in Sri Lanka. Now we have both. Integrated curriculum, some subject integrated, some subjects are not integrated. Right, what are the benefits of integrated? It helps students see the connection between the different fields of knowledge and find reliability in them. I can remember in 1960s, the students, they like to do arts subject in A level. They were recommended to do arithmetic. The student who wanted to go to commerce stream, they were instructed to do commercial arithmetic. The student they wanted to do science subject in A level, they were instructed to follow geometry, algebra, and other. I can't remember, there was one more subject in some division in the here. But now that problem is not here. Now maths up to grade 11, from 6 or even primary, only one name use integrated maths. Integrated 6th grade 6 onward till O level integrated. But whenever we come to A level, we can see some subject separated, but we can see some sort of integration even in science stream, because bioscience we had already 4 main subject. Now it has been reduced to 3. Therefore, the curriculum designer, they wanted to integrate some subject. An integrated curriculum connects different subjects and disciplines around a central theme or concept, creating a unified and holistic learning experience that moves away from traditional isolated subject. That is a benefit that the student can get. They can understand the relationship between some concept, some subject. That understanding will be useful them to get the correct experience. This approach uses hands-on, project-based. Yes. For an example, we can mix up. When we study tea plantation in Sri Lanka, we can learn history, we can learn management based on British company management, we can learn geography, we can learn science, how tea is produced, tea is made, how best qualities are identified. We can study commerce, we can study some part related to economic, one topic, plantation, crops. or tea rubber cultivation in Sri Lanka, because they have connection. It is not isolated area. The curriculum designer, they understood the benefit of integrated curriculum and recommended. The goal is to make learning more meaningful, engaging, and relevant for students. But in Sri Lanka, the plantation, tea cultivation, rubber cultivation, part of agriculture. The agriculture subject we studied. These cultivation, tea cultivation, rubber cultivation are related to geography. Related to Sri Lanka economy. Science is there. If we go to rubber factory, we can see what is the science that they use. Social science we can study. The lifestyle, culture, religion of the plantation people. Okay, that is the many things we can study under one topic if subjects are integrated. That's why the curriculum developer, they wanted to integrate subject taught in schools. Key aspect of an integrated curriculum: connects discipline. No need to read all the things. Already I explained how subjects are connected. Integrated curriculum uses concept that connect different areas. With example, I explain taking the plantation crops in Sri Lanka, 2 crops, tea and rubber. The next aspect, theme-based one. Learning is often organized around a central theme or big idea. If we take home science, home economics, one item, how to make cakes. It can be connected to science, culture, business, economics. The next month, people are going to celebrate Christmas. Nowadays, we expect, usually in December, the prices of egg increase. It is connected to production, business, etc. One theme we can connect to many. We can connect one theme. We can connect with many subjects. You can take example, any example. You can get. Nowadays, we are getting rain. One theme. main part geography, and we can connect it to agriculture. What else? Some disease, medical, we connect it to medical field. Christmas season, normally we get more rain, December. Therefore, we can connect it with the culture and religion. Water, resource, we can connect it with science. Yes. Active and engaging, it emphasizes hands-on learning, student engagement, real-world application, which can lead to better knowledge retention, promotes critical thinking by looking at the topic from multiple angles. The people, the student, they can be trained to develop their critical thinking, to develop different perspectives. This integrated curriculum, students learn a theme in different views. That action, that involvement can promote critical thinking skills of the students. Teacher collaboration, how it can get one subject, they can involve in team teaching. Science teacher, geography teacher, history teacher, they can collaboratively prepare a lesson content. Yeah, the example is there, already I gave. Integration of physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, science. Before integration, those subjects isolated. Now we have physics, chemistry. We don't say botany, biology, because there is zoology, there is no separate subject now. It is integrated with botany. Botany plus zoology we call biology. Physics is not integrated with chemistry, isolated subject. Chemistry, isolated subject, not integrated. But at the O level, that is in advanced level, but from 6 to 11 in Sri Lanka, physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, integrated. Integration of geography, history, civics study, we had social studies. Right. Since all the spiral curriculum, this integrated curriculum, since we have in Sri Lanka, you can easily understand. Because you have experience. Co-curriculum, not co-curriculum, co. Another type, co. Curriculum is very similar to the formal curriculum, as it refers to a set up essential subject. We use in Sri Lanka course subject and courses that are compulsory for all students and are required to study in a particular class or standard. In Sri Lanka, mother tongue, religion, science, maths, not elective subjects. But in Finland, English elective subject. But in Sri Lanka, English co-subject. This ensures a common foundation of knowledge and skills for learners. In Sri Lanka, the Minister of Education circular, in order to qualify to A level, a pass in mother tongue, a pass in maths compulsory. Even to get government job also the same rules followed because of course subject. History had been a course subject from January next year when the new curriculum is implemented. History is not in that list, course subject list. The curriculum designers point is some subject important to all the students they involve in general education process. This ensures a common foundation of knowledge and skills for learners, so they find competition fairer when growing. A co-curriculum is a set of foundational courses that all students must complete to earn a diploma or degree. In every curriculum presently available in schools as well as higher degree offering institution, higher education institutions, there are some subject, co-subject, we call compulsory subject. Some country they use essential subject, compulsory subject. It provides essential knowledge and skills in subject like English, maths, science, and social study, regardless of student specific major or interest. Even in Sri Lanka, we had some argument. The children they wanted to do aesthetic subject in A level. Do they need to pass medicine O level? But curriculum designers, they say all the students, whether they study art in arts or aesthetic or language subject combination is language and other, they need at least simple pass in maths O level, but to do science stream, the maths stream in A level, they need credit or above. The goal is to ensure all students have a common base of knowledge for college, career, and life. Key aspect of a co-curriculum: foundation for all learning. It provides the essential knowledge and skills that serve as a basis for further study and for navigating life. Yeah. Because of that, we have till grade 11 or till grade 9, all the children should run in one track. The secondary, but many countries we learn comparative education. We can find some countries in the world, they have many tracks. In grade 6, because they have no co-curriculum, after grade 6, the children can select different, since there are different tracks, a student can select one of them. But in Sri Lanka, all the students in secondary as well as primary, not in A level. A level they have, but some streams they have to. Yeah, I'll later explain that. The core subjects. If we take A level, in order to get to university entrance to the medical faculty, physics, chemistry, biology, the combination important. Engineering, the combination. There is a booklet issued by the University Grant Commission and Ministry of Higher Education, the subject combination. The primary purpose is to develop broad, transferable skills essential for success in college. That is, this curriculum easy to decide the qualification to decide the qualification to do different courses in the university or higher education institution. Mandatory courses, it includes required classes such as writing, mathematics, and science. The student must pass to graduate. Here in A level, Sri Lanka, there is a subject general knowledge they say, but common general test. Every student should sit for that subject and get the minimum 30 marks. If the marks is less than 30, or the children, they do not sit for that subject, not qualified to get university entrance. Core classes, but that subject is not taught in the schools. But actually, the school management should make arrangement them to teach some. Even last week, one of a student from UA wanted to apply under this interest-free student loan scheme. But the problem was good qualification, good results in A level. But the problem is he has no 30 marks in that subject because he did not care about that. He ignored and he managed to get only 20 marks. Unfortunate. Well-rounded education. If that condition is not there, we had a problem in the past. Some particularly arts faculty student, they select the easy subject. Sometimes they take Buddhist culture, Buddhism, Sinhala language. Tamil student, Hinduism, Hindu culture, Tamil language. Then they get more marks and come to faculty of the arts. The student, sometimes arts student, geography, economics, political science, so something. Relatively, these three subjects difficult than other subject or that already I mentioned. But the children, the student who studied economics, geography, political science, they miss their chance. Therefore, this University Grand Commission also studied this matter. Then they wrote A-level, a student, if they do Hindu culture as a subject, the same student can't sit for Hinduism. They can select one of them, only one subject. Aesthetic also, the language to that condition in force. Core subject. Otherwise, the children too can misuse in sharing the opportunity given by the government. Flexibility within requirements. While the subject are mandatory, students often have a choice from a list of approved courses to fulfill each course requirement. I gave example here. Biotechnology, biosystem technology we have in my campus. One course subject is compulsory. Biology, either biology or biosystem technology, compulsory to get entrance to that subject. Those are example for co-curriculum. The co-curriculum is in education refers to a specific mandatory set of subject of courses that all students must complete to meet graduation requirements. Even if we take Bachelor of Education courses, postgraduate diploma in education, diploma courses, postgraduate diploma in education, some subject course subject. Education philosophy, education psychology, teaching methods. Those are compulsory. Those compulsory subjects are identified as co-curriculum. It is designed to provide the student with foundational well-rounded education regardless their cohesion, major or career path. Because the combination is very important to get a qualification, to work in the field, or to get a foundation, to do degree, or to go on the next step. Characteristic to a co-curriculum includes focused learning experience. The co-curriculum focus on the learning experience of a student where the process is to master particular courses and to be responsible member of the society as they grow. If we take the doctors, they need vast and deep knowledge in a particular area. That's why in the entrance exam, they have made some subjects are compulsory mandate to get entrance to the medical faculty. Problem solving, the co-curriculum also emphasize group problem solving activities. All discipline across all fields that helps the student gain all the necessary problem solving and analytical skills, because they involve in deep learning in a particular subject. Yes. Next week we can continue with subject activity-based, competency-based curriculum. There are three more. It won't take much time. After finishing that, tomorrow we can start education reforms in Sri Lanka. After that, we can study 21st century curriculum, some new things in the field of curriculum theory and practice. Okay. Good night. Did I share this presentation last week? No. The second one? No.
No, sir.
Okay. The type of curriculum 2, yes, now I can share it.
So, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have exams for this subject, right?
Exams?
For
Hello? Yeah.
yeah. Do we do have exams, right, for this subject?
Yes, really
Only
the
assignments.
the senior batch students paper marking is going on. You have exam. I don't know the period when they are going to have the exam, but you have exam part 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a possibility where we can get past papers of this for this?
No, you should approach your management, but I have only one paper that is confidential one. I have no rights to give you, because it is given even in the question paper. It is the point top of the paper they have mentioned confidential document. It should be kept as a secret document with me.
Okay.
Okay. Now I am going to share. Okay. Good night. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Right. Good night. We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.